Hi friends, it's Edward, and this is my YouTube channel, Intellectual Conundrum, a safe space on the internet where we can explore some of my favorite special interests, like vlogging, home care, and personal wellness. Do you ever find yourself aimlessly scrolling through TikTok and you find a solution to a problem that you've been working to resolve for months and months, but you haven't been successful at finding the right solution to fit the problem at hand? For example, we have this window over our patio door. This tiny little window, which was previously innocuous, has become the bane of my existence. No, really, I think about it all the time. You see, the previous tenant that lived across from us and one floor up, they never used their patio, so I never noticed that from their vantage point, they can look through the transom window above our patio door and see directly into our kitchen. Now, once our new neighbor moved in, I knew immediately that we had a problem. This new neighbor, they beautifully decorated their patio space and they love to lounge in it as they should. However, it does add a level of uncomfortableness when I'm cooking or washing the dishes and I glance up and we make eye contact because through the transom window, they can see us. And I don't think that the neighbor is trying to be intentionally nosy. It's just human nature to be curious, to see what's around them. And from their vantage point, all they have to do is look down and they can see. And so it just happens that every once in a while we catch each other's eye and it creeps me out a little bit. So for several months, I've been going back and forth on a solution. I know that there's privacy film, but sometimes it can be expensive. And for the size of the window, it doesn't really make sense to me to buy this huge roll to only use a fraction of it and not add it anywhere else into our home. I know that we do have several other windows that could use a frosted treatment. However, then I would have to buy more and more rolls and the cost would just become prohibitive. Thankfully, however, I found this 30-minute renter-friendly TikTok hack to frost over your windows and add a little bit of extra privacy to our space. And all you need is a little bit of Elmer's glue and a foam paintbrush. Now, armed with this inspiration from the TikTok creator Jules XX, I'm ready to test this hack and see if it really is 30 minutes, renter-friendly, and can add the privacy that I've been looking for. Now, for us to get started on this at-home project, we're gonna need a couple of things, so let's lay them out here. We're gonna need Elmer's glue, painter's tape, an Exacto knife, a foam paintbrush, paper towels, a microfiber cloth, and glass cleaner to prep our surface. With everything prepped and ready, it's time to get started. Now, the original creator, they actually frosted over all of their glass. However, I'm gonna use that painter's tape to create a border around the outside because I still want it to be frosted, but I want a level of transparency. And also, I don't want it to read to my new neighbor that I only frosted the glass because they kept glancing in, which I really, again, do not think that was their intention. It's just when they're sitting out on their beautiful patio, if they look into our general vicinity, they're gonna see into our kitchen. And this might all just be me being paranoid, but I honestly think that they can see down through this window and it just creeps me out a bit. And I think this would be a fun, quick, and easy, cheap project to knock out. Before we get started, I'm gonna use some glass cleaner and some wipes to clean off the surface to make sure that the glue doesn't have any imperfections that it's gonna trap in between the glue itself and the glass. Ooh, it's dusty up here. Microfiber cloth to get off all of the little dusties and wood particles from the paper towel. Now for the painter's tape so we can block off this outside border. The tape is in place. We didn't even need the Exacto knife. I was just worried that I needed some sharp edges, but I was just able to rip the tape and it all worked out. So you can just delete this from your list of necessary requirements. Getting started with the Elmer's glue and the foam paintbrush, I'm gonna use the 4-inch brush, and then I have a 3-inch just to go into a smaller size if I need to. But I think honestly the window is just a pretty good, decent size that we could just knock this out with the bigger brush. Now the creator said the side-to-side motion was much better than the up and down.
How are we supposed to do this? Are we like, which way do you go?
Up and down, girl.
But I've seen people do it left to right.
That's not the right way.
Who said?
Jesus.
So we're gonna give that a try and see how it turns out. I don't know why, but I'm feeling very nervous, even though I know that this hack is renter friendly for the most part because it's just Elmer's glue. You guys, it's just Elmer's glue. Little kids can eat this. It's water-based, so I don't know. Okay. Oh. Okay. You know what? I'm scared. That was so quick, that was so simple, and that was so easy. I didn't even need like hardly any of the Elmer's glue The brush worked flawlessly. It said to wait 15 minutes for it to dry, and that the drying part was the scariest part because it gets a little weird and wonky. We're gonna just see, but this door is like, it's 8 feet. If people are looking that closely, they're gonna need to exit my home immediately. There's no need for you to be looking at anything that closely in anybody's home. But also, you can take a look if you want to. I'm really not that like private. Just want some privacy. So it's been 15 minutes, moment of truth. The glass is completely frosted over. It looks great. I don't think it picks it up on camera, but there's some dots, but it's overspray from paint on the outside of the glass. I just need to take a razor and just etch it off of the glass. It'll be perfectly fine. But I'm gonna go ahead and pull the tape off and see how it turned out. I know that there were a couple of sections that are a little faint on the bottom, but like I said previously, if you're looking that close, you need to step back. There's no reason to be looking that close. This is gonna come off anyway with a razor later, but it looks good. I'm like, okay, of all of the TikTok hacks to complete, like this might be the one. Oh no, I peeled a piece of it. It looks so good with the exception of one place right here. When I was peeling the tape off, I accidentally peeled up a section, so I'll probably just go back through with some Elmer's and touch it up right there. I hope it doesn't add a line. If not, I can just take this off. I think it will just peel nicely. I mean, obviously it did when I just peeled off that section, but it worked out great. I'm so excited. There is now a level of privacy, and we can still see out just a bit on the top and on the border sides of this. So I'm very happy with the way that this turned out. Y'all, this 30-minute TikTok renter-friendly hack to add some privacy to our space far exceeded my expectations. It was so quick and easy. It probably took me less than 30 minutes because of the size of the window that I had. It probably took 5 minutes to less. 3 minutes to paint on the glue, let it sit. It did get a little wild and crazy as you saw that it just started to look like there were different drying areas, but it frosted matte. And when I did peel off the tape, I did pull some of the glue off. I went ahead, I put a little touch up on there. I'm waiting for it to dry. I'll show you guys another clip of it just to see, can you layer back over it? What does it do? Am I gonna have to scrape it all off? I really hope not. Fingers crossed. I don't wanna have to do it again, but if I do, 3 minutes. 3 minutes of my life. So in total, a 17-minute project. So quick, so easy. Highly recommend if you are a renter or maybe someone that just doesn't want to go buy film, like plastic film. It's not reusable, ultimately bad for the environment because you're just putting a plastic single-use product on windows unless you plan on using it for a long period of time. But overall, this was very successful, and I hope to do more fun little crafty projects like this around the house. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I post videos once a week on Saturdays here on my YouTube channel, Intellectual Conundrum. And until next time, be kind out there, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.